All right, welcome back. Today we are working on our welding table. We need to make this table easier to move around the shop. Currently it requires two people to move the table. So our plan today is to put a cross piece on this side and on the far side. Weld some hinges to it with some casters. So if you lift up this side, the wheels will swing underneath. Drop it down, lift up the second side, the wheels will swing underneath, and then you can push the table to wherever you need to go. Once you get it there, lift it up, pull the wheels out from underneath it, sit it back down on its legs. Because of this design, the casters don't have to be like extremely beefy. We're not relying anything more than just the weight of the table and the vise to be put on the casters. So just to give you guys a little idea of what we got going on, we're going to put this piece of angle iron across between the two legs. We're going to weld a hinge onto it. The hinge will be welded on the bottom side of it. And then we're going to weld the caster to the other side of the hinge. So this way, when the table's resting on its legs, this can swing up out of the way, and this bottom side here would essentially be resting on the floor. But then when you lift up the table, this wheel would pivot underneath and allow you to move the table. So we're going to get everything prepped, everything in place, get the welder set up, and we're going to get this project going. For any of you that haven't seen my previous video, this is the ARC Captain Tig 200. So we're going to be using that welder today to get everything welded up, just as another test to see how well the welder does and how capable it is. So once again, ARC Captain TIG Welder 200. Yeah.
So. Dimes.
Dimes.
Not really, those were like nickels.
Oh. Fuck.
Hey, family friendly channel here.
I literally just got done like 2 welds ago saying like, yeah, gotta make sure I don't rest my fucking wrist against it.
You just go and do it. Dead.
Yep.
Brand new freaking dead.
Oh,
you're right.
fuck!
That's a bad.
All right, so we got our angle iron just tacked on in both corners. We got our wheels welded on, and now we're gonna see if this thing's gonna function how we hope it will. So you lift this side of the table. All right, so takes a little force, but if you put your back up underneath there, you can reach down and direct them. Now, the test would be as if they're gonna roll at that angle. So I guess I'll leave you guys over here, see if the table moves. Alright, so the table moves, but it's definitely still heavy. So I think we are going to do the other side too. I also really cannot tell if the wheels are rolling or if they're sliding. So might get some assistance. See, have somebody else move the table so I can watch, but we regardless got to weld that in, and then we can get on the other one. If that angle of these wheels doesn't work, we can create a spacer to put between here and here, which will drop it down. I don't know how thick the spacer's got to be, but for example, if we, hang on. Put a spacer like that in there, that puts the wheel more vertical. It might allow it to spin a little easier. All right, well, we got both sides welded up. All 4 casters are on. They all tilt inward. One improvement that I could see making down the road is actually putting a bar from this caster to this caster, so this way when you lift the table up, you can swing them together. You don't have to do them individually. But this was more along the lines of proof of concept. Wanted to make sure it worked. Wanted to make sure the casters were strong enough to do this. So let's see if it works. All right, that's interesting. So I kind of figured when you got the two wheels on there that they wouldn't come undone because I kept them at an angle where they're tipped back. But when I put these two on, these two came off. Now I don't know if that's because the wooden blocks are still in there or not, but now I've taken the wooden blocks off that side. We're gonna try this side again. All right, it looks like it moves. As for how well, debatable. So one other thing I was gonna try was sticking a piece of metal in as a spacer to see if the wheels work better when they have more straight up and down alignment. Let's see. All right, so after doing that little test, I noticed every time you stop in motion, because of the angle of the wheels, they always end up away from each other. Therefore, they're kind of fighting each other. So I guess in this situation, I probably could have used 2 straight wheels and 2 swivel wheels. I also could have potentially welded it so one side folded under, one side folded out. Didn't do this because I wanted it to fold up underneath the table. Didn't want to worry have to kicking it when you're standing at the table or anything like that. But nonetheless, as you can tell, rolling it around on the ground is way easier than trying to pick it up or drag it or scratch the floor. So honestly, I'm not too upset over it. It was a fun little project. Didn't take too long. Obviously, this project would have gone a lot faster. Had I just used my MIG welder. You don't have to worry about sharpening the tungsten, this and the other thing. But the whole purpose of it was, hey, got a new toy, let's use it. So overall, like I said, the ARC Captain Tig 200. I did do it this time with the finger trigger as well as the foot pedal. Honestly, both are pretty slick. I think I like the foot pedal better just because I'm more familiar with it, but the finger trigger works fine. And as I get more comfortable and back in the rhythm of TIG welding, I won't have to sharpen my tungsten so much. But like I mentioned earlier, Obviously, I had to keep stepping away to sharpen that tungsten since I haven't done this in a while, and that definitely added to the time of it. But overall, like I said, pretty happy with the result. So I'll just give you one final look. All right, guys, well, thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw, make sure you leave a comment or subscribe to the channel. Really helps us out here, and allows us to keep doing projects and fun reviews like that. So we'll see you in the next video.